Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Talking out of the left corner, Sean Coach Shizzy Robinson. Now talking out of the right corner, the host of this podcast, Jakai, Mr. Competitive Wilson. Let's get ready for a discussion. You're now tuned into the Grover's Competitive Podcast, where we do our best to highlight how your competitive spirit can guide you to be a better person today than you was yesterday.
And if that sounds good with you, let's lace them up and take a step towards growth.
Let's get it. I appreciate that,
No
Sean.
doubt,
Now, Sean is a friend of mine, or Coach Shizzy, I should say, is a friend of mine. And the memory that I have the most of is we used to be kind of like high school rivals in terms of sports, right?
Yeah.
You went to a high school, Trinity.
Yeah, Trinity Catholic.
Right. And I went to Stanford High School and played football. And I was fairly new at the cornerback position, I must say that. Give myself an excuse already, right?
Uh-huh.
And you wasn't, not to play you or anything, but you didn't do much all game, right? I believe it was the third quarter. Next thing I know, the ball's in the air. I hear people saying, Kai. Sean done scored a touchdown on me, man. I remember that. Do you remember that or not?
I do remember that. I remember that. And that's my memory too, because I heard, I went to Rogers Middle School. Middle school, I think. Elementary school.
Yep.
And I heard about you guys. You know what I'm saying? I never met you and Kai, you and JK.
Mm-hmm.
And
my twin brother.
And so like I never got to meet you guys. I think I was like shy because I had came from a Catholic school, and then it was 5th grade when I was there. So then boom, then you guys are playing football, and it's like we live in a big small town.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like you guys are a set of the twins that were in the grade that I graduated. Mm-hmm. So I definitely knew about y'all. You know what I'm saying? So boom, now y'all both playing football. And I do remember that game, and I was pissed off that they didn't throw me the ball, and like unfortunately I was like taking it on whoever was in front of me that game. But
So that was my introduction to goddamn Sean, but it's okay. So Sean, how I like to start this podcast is with identity affirmations, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you, who are you 3 times, and you'll give a minimum of 1-word response or a maximum of 2-word response describing who you are. So here's an example. If you was to ask me, who are you? I say Jakai Wilson until me and my wife change our last name. Who are you? Competitive spirit. Who are you? Creative. You get the idea?
okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Sean, who are you?
Coach,
Who are you?
mentor, and damn, you know what? Fuck.
That's okay. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Mentor. Who are you?
I thought about this. So mad. I'm mad. I thought about these yesterday, and I can't do it right now. All right. Father.
Okay. So first off, how does it feel to hear yourself describe yourself?
It's I don't do this often.
Why is that? Why you don't practice positive affirmations?
It's not. I'm not being disciplined when it comes to that. When I was living in Atlanta in 2020, I had a friend that actually had a wall of affirmation. He was trying to get me to get on it, and he was like remembering stuff, and like it was all on his wall. And his name is Merritt, and he has a company where he helps credit. It's hip hop credit. He has Instagram and all that stuff, and that's my introduction to affirmations. And I remember seeing him be very, very vigilant with it, like what I'm saying, like
right.
And like know it, what I'm saying. So that's kind of embarrassing for me to be thinking that hard, what I'm saying.
It's okay.
So I'm definitely gonna work at that. You know what I mean?
There we go. Practice definitely makes better. And so everything that you said, right, father, and obviously your father, but everything that you said about yourself, do you believe those things, or was you like, did it just came to your head and that's what you said?
No, it's what I believe.
Okay.
It's really what I believe. And I even like though, like in college and stuff, I wasn't a starter. Mm-hmm. I always felt like I was a leader.
And you're talking about football, right? Starting football. Okay.
Football. Like, it's like a lot of my life is based off of that sport, man. I swear. You played the sport too.
Yes, sir.
Did you end up playing in college?
I no.
So like that shit changed me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot tougher than. I mean, it was already tough being at Trinity, being a 3-way player on special teams, on defense and on offense.
Right.
Not getting off the field. If you're getting off the field, Sean, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying?
When you said college, it changed you for the better, for the worse. What do you mean?
For the better, man. My strength and conditioning coach, Coach Erickson, he really installed mental toughness in me. And before that, if I would have had that when I was at Trinity, like God knows where I could have went. You know what I mean?
Beast
like,
of the Middle East, goddamn.
Bro, it would have been wild because I already before coming back to Trinity, I was at West Hill. I remember this. I was at West Hill, and I went to like their like summer hell week one, and they had us conditioning, and I quit. And this is freshman year. This is freshman year, Sean Robinson, after playing at Rippewan Middle School, winning the championship in 8th grade. So I'm like, oh yeah, football, we just won. That's fun. I go there, that shit was hell. I quit. I lost. I got distracted. I was not doing well in school. My mom was like, you got to go live with your dad. So I go live with my dad, and he's like, hey, dog, listen, I get you living with your mom, but rules is different over here in Houston, Texas.
Oh.
He's like, look, you got to go play a sport. You got to join a club, something. And I'm like, all right, in my head, last thing I did was football.
I'll do that again.
I'm going to try that again. I went down there, and that shit is different.
Texas, I mean, high school is like NFL for football.
Dog. So I had a class called football. It was this is early. This is like, I don't know what year it was when we were freshmen. That's probably like 08, 09.
Okay, 09-ish.
They weren't really. Nowadays, they're doing blocked classes where like their classes are like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's more like out there now. But in Texas, they were doing it, and it was new to me. I was like, yo, what? It's an hour and a half class, and that was football. We would go in there, and it was off season, so we would weightlift, and then when the season came, we would go have practice during the middle of the day.
Yo, did you guys also have like a gym class too, or was that a substitute for gym?
That was a substitute.
Got you. Dang, that's how much they care about football. They got a class named football. That's
look,
crazy.
Y'all, let me tell you something, right? So I remember I chose football. This is freshman year. This is like after January. I chose football. I go to their weightlifting. And I'm sloppy, developing into my body that I had. So I'm tall, but I'm like, my feet are big, or like I'm getting tall, but my feet are mad big. I'm not as fast as I was when I was playing against you.
Right.
So they put me at DN, and that's all about lower body stuff, and that's what the DNs and the D line was focusing on, and that was the position that they put me at. So first day I go in, they're power cleaning, they're squatting, they're doing all this shit I've never done before. And I do it, and then there's like circuits, and then after you do that, there's another room, a mat room, a wrestling room, where they're doing all the like up downs and stuff like that. And this is after my legs are now on fire, so I can barely move them, and then I pass out. Right, I passed out. It was like I bitched out.
Oh.
More of now that my mental toughness is there, now that Coach Erickson has installed that,
you can see it for what it was. I
could see it for what it was. I was just like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I stopped after that, and everybody else kept going, and you know what I'm saying? I went to the coach's office, and I was like, hey man, look, I think I picked the wrong thing. I think I was supposed to do basketball. And he was like, nah, I'm not gonna let you quit. And then ultimately, I ended up getting conditioned to that lifestyle, and then I came to Trinity, and then it was like a little bit easier.
So that and I met you after all that, and you did that to me. Okay,
that
it makes
growth.
sense now. So so you affirmed your identity. You gave us kind of like a little backstory, right? And I appreciate that. I do want to ask you a couple more questions so the audience can get to know you a little better.
Okay, yeah,
that's cool.
For sure, yeah.
All right. So where were you born?
Stanford, Connecticut.
Okay. Who raised you?
My mom.
Okay.
My mom, and then I visit my dad. When I got older, and I had to, and it was always only temporary.
Yeah.
I only needed like a couple months, and then I was like, I'm good, Mom. I'm good. Coming back. You know what I mean? So, but like living with my dad in the summer, it was like that type of co-parent lifestyle.
Okay. And you did say your father. May I ask how many kids you have?
I have one daughter.
Okay.
She's 3.
Do you have any siblings?
I have a brother.
You have a brother. Okay. Who do you like more, your child or your brother?
I love my daughter.
That was you didn't have to answer that. I just try to get you in trouble. I apologize.
We'll see you later. I love you, Dante.
If I may ask, so what's your highest level of edumacation? And when I say edumacation, I'm referring to the school system.
Okay, I went to Central Connecticut State University. I graduated there with a bachelor's in communication and a minor in marketing.
Respect. So okay, you got your
Yeah,
BA.
BA.
Okay. What do you do for money nowadays?
Nowadays, so I was coaching. I was coaching and I was working in the high school system. But I just recently got a good opportunity to take my video career and really work hand on with some artists and some labels. And so it was kind of teetering, between coaching and doing that. And now that I got the opportunity that I need, I could go. You know what I mean?
So you're more like now in your entrepreneur stages
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Respect. So my spirit animal is a lion, and sometimes I go back and forth between a lion and a wolf, right? Do you have a spirit animal?
Yeah, man.
Would you feel comfortable sharing your spirit animal?
Yeah. You said you had two.
Kind of.
So, all right, I'm gonna give you my main one.
Okay.
An elephant, man.
An elephant?
Yeah.
You know you have to elaborate. I never heard
So
that.
look,
before.
I'm gonna tell you why, right? Because an elephant is massive by itself,
Yes.
and when it's in numbers, it's even more massive,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
I'm an elephant, and I only, I strive to be around other elephants, other large. You know what I mean?
I like that.
That's my spirit animal.
I like that. And now that I think about it, I've only seen footage one time of lions taking down an elephant.
A bunch.
No, I only seen them take down one.
But I'm saying it's a bunch.
Oh yeah, of course. It got to be like
it's a whole.
four
It's gonna be a
five
bunch of
them.
y'all trying to take me out. If you're gonna take me out, is what I'm trying to say.
What would you rate your competitive spirit or your competitiveness out of 1 through 10? 10 being like the most competitive, 1 being not that much.
I'm an 8.
You're an 8. Okay, sweet. I'm a 15 on that scale, by the way. You can ask my wife, goddamn. So I like to do this thing called on 3 go, right? So it's kind of like a sports related question. I will say the question, and on 3 we'll both say what sport. Okay. So here's the question: what's one sport you never played but feel like you would have dominated in? 1, 2, 3. Rugby.
I was gonna say baseball.
No, I mean, that's fine.
Okay, all right, cool.
Baseball.
Oh, so it's not like a okay.
We don't gotta say the same thing. No.
Baseball, yeah, baseball.
And why do you feel like you would have dominated in baseball?
Because I became a good receiver, so I got good with my hand-eye coordination.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I felt like I would have been.
What position? Oh, you saying like hitting the ball?
Yeah, hitting the ball,
catching the ball.
Like I got good with using my eyes. You know what I mean? Like, and so that's one of those sports where you have to do that. I wasn't even gonna say basketball or nothing like that because like it just never really called me.
Okay.
I was seeing Chris Evans dunk on nigga. I was like, nah, I'm straight.
Okay, you was a little fearful. I said rugby mainly because my skills are my God-given talents in terms of like speed and agileness, and I believe my creativity just would have allowed me to excel in that sport. However, at the same time, taking punishment is not really my thing.
That don't look crazy.
So I was just like hoping if I did play,
Yeah.
I just would never got caught. But
got
that that's not realistic.
Yeah, realistic.
Okay, so in conversation through text messages, you told me that you started Broken Productions 2016, right?
Yeah.
My question to you is, I would like to know what was going on in your mind before you decided to actually take action and start that.
So originally, like you're saying the name or like the
what was going on in your mind, like for you to say, you know what, I'm starting this thing.
Okay. So, all right, 2016. I don't know if you know, I have a best friend named Trey. Trey Beats. We were making beats together in 2016. Okay. So this is what happened. I went out. I was gonna go play arena football. This is like what ended football for me mentally. And I was like, I didn't get like really crazy hurt, but so I went out to Washington State. I was playing on a team called the Tri-Cities Fever.
Okay.
I was out there for like a month, and then I got cut from that team, and then I got picked up by the Lehigh Valley Steelhawks in Pennsylvania. Okay. And then I was out there for 2 weeks immediately after being out in Washington, and I fucking pulled my hamstring, and that was it. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like that. You know, people be like, "Oh, I tore my MCL and like ACL and like broke 10 fingers," and I pulled my hamstring, bro. And this is like not college football. This isn't high school football. I'm out here trying to make it, and I was like, oh shit, like I can actually like hurt myself. And it's not like they got the insurance or whatever. Like it's not like I'm at CCSU under scholarship and like when I broke my finger in college, they it was paid
Covered,
for. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like I'm like, oh shit, I'm out here wilding. So I was like, so I mean, you know, and it was like, I think that's when the concussion thing was starting to become more noticed.
CTE thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
CTE, and so I came home in March of 2016, and Trey was making beats. He'd been making beats. He'd been trying to tell me to make beats. I was like, yo, bro, make beats, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna make beats. And so we started making beats, and then I'm just like I like organization and team, and you know what I'm saying. So like once we started, I was like, yo, bro, I want to call this something. I want to do something. And originally I had made this horrible idea. And my brother, I love you. See, I love you, right? My brother,
you trying. I see you backpedal a little bit.
Yeah, no, he called me out on it so bad that it made me want to make something original that made sense to me. And so my original thing was All Dat Productions.
Yes.
And you can already guess probably what I did.
Come on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then I told him that shit. He was like, man, what is this? Like, you know, clowning me on the phone. And then so I went back to the drum boards, and then I created Broken. And what it stands, it's spelled differently. It's BROKIN. And it stands for brothers and kinfolk, because that's what me and Trey are. You know, to me, you know what I'm saying? At that time when I was thinking, this is what I'm thinking. So Broken, all right, bet. Like I want to make something that sounds like, I want to give it a different twist. And then yeah, so that was in 2016. And then I started. Eventually, I was going out to Atlanta doing I started production. I was a beat maker.
Well, okay, hold on. So, all right, is there anything that you do to practice taking action? Because everyone can have an idea, right? But can you execute that idea? So is there anything that you do that you practice taking action? And just a quick example, something that I do every day. I take cold showers, right? And I feel like it's a perfect metaphor for life. You get in the shower, I put it on the coldest that it can be. And when you stand in the back of the shower, you start to feel the splash, right? It's super cold. The longer you wait to go in, not the warmer it gets, the longer you wait, the more chance you give yourself to make an excuse to not go in the shower.
Okay.
Right? So I it's on cold, I do my Wakanda Forever, and I walk right in there.
Immediately.
And I'm good immediately.
Fuck it.
Yeah. And that's what I do to practice taking action. I do that twice a day. So now that's like a habit. Now, if I see an opportunity, I'm going to take action, because I take action every day.
Just like in the shower.
You see what I'm saying? So is there anything that you do to practice taking action?
I've just been executing more. I've really just been executing more. I've just been like, because I have had those times where I'm like, where I've been waiting, and that's happened so many times to me. And I've been around so many opportunities that I'm like, what? So now, like I want to say in 2021, I've been doing this since 2016, so it's a lot of years of like, of idleness. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been more confident in myself, and just like following up with people, not being scared. These are the actions that to answer your question. The actions I've been taking is following up with people, not being scared, to let them know that I can bring value or like.
So the question was, and I appreciate that. That's important too, right? But do you practice? So before you go out and you let people know your value that you could bring to them, right? What are you doing in your home? What are you doing in your car? Now I know you said that you're gonna start practicing positive affirmations, and that can help. Yeah. But is there, to this point, that you could think of, and my fault, you're on spot right now.
Yeah, you good.
That like you just think back and like, oh, this is how I practice taking the action. And maybe we can come back to it.
Okay.
We can come back to that. All right, no problem at all. So did you so you talked about being with other elephants, right? And I like that, right? Yeah. And you seem to have a great understanding of community, how like 8 hands can do so much more than 2. Is there any particular memory or moment that happened in your life that made you grasp that idea of like community?
Yeah, for sure. Hold on, it's a few, but okay. When I was in Atlanta just recently in 2020, so I went down to Atlanta to live out there, and I was working at a studio called Tree Sound Studios, and the family vibe in the studio that I got there, right? It showed me that, like, at least in the entertainment, like, you gotta have that. You gotta have those real people. Cause I seen a lot of other stuff too while working in there. So it's like seeing other people's flaws make me want to just tighten up my stuff.
Right. Okay. Observation. Yes, sir. Did you purposely so you got into how you what you named and why you named it Broken Productions, right? Brothers of Kinfolk. Did you purposely not name it, like put your name in the name?
Yeah, I never wanted it to be about me.
There you go.
I never wanted it to be about me. And then, like, at CCSU, I wanted it to give some kind of, like, brand that I would want to wear. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I love this shit.
Yes, sir. I respect that. I think a mistake that a lot of people make at first when they want to start something like a community thing, they name it after themselves, and like it's
Idolism.
that. And sometimes, like, let's say if you named it Sean Robinson, right, and then Sean Robinson Productions, and then, like, for me, do I want to work for something that says Sean Robinson, like another?
If years go down the line and I'm like some hot shot, like,
that's different though. That's different because you're already putting the groundwork.
Yeah,
and stuff.
But it would have to start with Broken first.
Respect. It would have definitely respect that. Do you? So I'm into this content creation, right? We're here doing this podcast today, which I appreciate. Yeah. And I've been doing this for about 15-ish years, right? And I've noticed, and let me know if this is true for you too.
15 years?
Yeah. Right. So when you're behind the camera, especially when you're good behind the camera, it allows you access to people, places, and just things that you wouldn't normally have access to. Is that true for you?
That's absolutely true.
How do you? Can you separate who I am behind the camera and who I am not behind the camera, or did you find a way to, like, merge?
I'm happy you asked me that because I did.
You did what?
I merged.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what separates me and why I've been cool, because I'm not just a cameraman. I'm Shizzy with the camera.
Shizzy with the camera.
And that came, like, you know what I'm saying? That came from the Broken. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's after that. Like, that idea came after that. To, like, single myself out, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah.
Because I do have the camera. I am the nigga with, I do be meeting these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm Shizzy with the camera.
Right.
And when I text people and I meet people in these places or whatever, like, whether it be Tree Sounds, whether it be Empire, whether it be Rolling Loud, I'll be like, yo, Shizzy with the camera from boom. Shizzy with the camera from boom. And I actually just started thinking about that. I think I might just get a black shirt with some Broken shit on it and just have it say Shizzy with the camera when I'm walking around.
There you go. Walking advertisement, man. Yes, sir. I will say this. Every time that we've ever collaborated, you did Don't Talk with Springles. That's another show that I have, right?
I love that show, by the way.
I appreciate it.
If y'all not watching
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Sorry.
So look, I said that to say, though, every time that we've ever collaborated, like, you, not only do you thank me, you also, you make it a point to say, I appreciate the opportunity. Right, and that's something that I do too. But I want to ask you, why do you do that?
Because this is an opportunity. Like, you got a whole setup here, dog. I'm looking at a whole setup. I don't have this. You know what I'm saying? I don't have this setup, and I don't have, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, real be real, right? I said 8. You said 15. That doesn't make me stay at 8. That makes me now want to push it up too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it was cool that I answered what I answered. Like, you said, this show is to make me want to grow after here. So
yes,
I'm glad, and it's working.
Growth is competitive.
It
Goddamn.
It is.
And so one of the reasons why I always say, like, I appreciate the opportunity thing, because I have my own business, right, cleaning business, and even, like, when I do the job, they're paying me to do the job. And sometimes people would look at me like, I mean, why are you saying, like, you appreciate the opportunity? Like, I paid you to be here, right? But it's because when I'm there, right, I know you're paying me for cleaning, but I'm there and you're going to see, you said it earlier, right? You're going to see my value. It's more than just cleaning.
Yeah.
So it's like, I appreciate the opportunity for you to allow me to show you more.
Yes.
So
yeah,
on.
You open the door, like the door was locked and you open it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have a quote. Can I read the quote?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. If you don't feel harmed, then you haven't been. And that's from Marcus Aurelius. If you need me to repeat it, I will.
No, I like that.
What's your thoughts on that quote?
That's like, don't expect too much, but still be enthusiastic about whatever it is that you're doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think I'm actually a a testimonial of that. Can you read that to me again, please?
Yeah, I'm going to read it again. I'm going to read it. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. If you don't feel harmed, then you haven't been.
All right, I'm going to drop some knowledge, right?
Drop it.
You seen my page. You
Yes, sir.
seen what I do.
Yes, sir. Talking about Instagram for the listeners.
On Instagram, if you go check out Broken Productions, like everything I do, I've shot, right? Boom. All these people I met, all this stuff I've been in, all these relationships I have.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten paid for it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not tripping.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm not getting taken advantage of.
No.
I don't choose. I don't put myself in those situations.
Equal value exchange.
That's what it is.
Yes.
So you know what I mean? It could be like I don't think that like this at my career, and this is documented. This at this point in my life, those things that I'll be doing, all this cool shit, I haven't gotten paid for it yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm building my resume.
I do want to say this though, and you say you haven't been paid, and I'm assuming you're talking about monetary, USD.
Yes.
Right. However, payment comes in all forms. Right.
Yes.
And you say you built relationships. That's a form of payment.
Yeah.
Now you have access to somebody or a place.
Exactly.
Form of payment. Knowledge. That's my peace of mind and stuff like that. That's my currency, right? Or what I value the most. So, I mean, yes, he hasn't been paid USD,
not no
monetary stuff like that, but he's been paid with, experience and that type of stuff.
For someone from Stamford, Connecticut, like, you know what I'm saying? I love that. I used to, like, I guess, downplay being from here.
Yeah.
But as you grow and you experience other places, like you see how whole this place, that Stanford actually is. And like, you know what I'm saying? You got it's a whole town. You could go. But yeah, man. So I'm proud to be from Stanford, Connecticut. I'm proud to tell people when I meet them, I'm from Stanford. And if you don't know about it, you find out about it right then and there.
Yes, sir. I want to. So I sent you 52 virtues.
Yes.
Right. My question to you is, what are the 3 most important virtues you feel that someone should have in order to excel in this life?
In life. Now, we're not talking about college. We're talking about real life. I said self-discipline, perseverance, and enthusiasm. Those are my 3.
And do you feel like you embody those 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got to tune up on the self-discipline some more. You know what I'm saying? My daughter, it's different. You know, I have a kid, so I'm not trying to put an excuse on her, but I'm still trying to find the new balance now that I was in a public school system where I was working every day. I had a schedule and it was cool. Now I'm not doing that anymore. Now I'm doing the freelance stuff. So now I got to figure out my proper schedule. And once I get my schedule, I'm gonna be disciplined just like I was when I was coaching and I was working. You know
I can say, as an entrepreneur myself, that is my most challenging part. Trying to find the balance and also trying to set boundaries between, like, all right, work has to stop at a certain time, and then now I got to make time for my wife and her quality time. I don't have a kid yet, but I got a dog. Not to compare the two, but just like just setting those boundaries. So like, I do wish you none but success trying to find the balance, because it is challenging, brother.
Oh man,
it is challenging,
especially now she's 3. So she really like when I went to Atlanta, that was a sacrifice that I made. I was out there in 2020, so she was. She doesn't remember that, and I knew that I had to do that at that time. If my dad told me, he was like, he did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to LA when you wouldn't even remember. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, if you're gonna go now. You know what I'm saying? So I went and I sacrificed that year, and I really built those relationships, right? That ended up coming to New York.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I get the best of both worlds. I was freaking out when I left because I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna be in the studio. I'm not gonna see Doug no more. I'm not gonna see blah 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 no more. Oh fuck, like this was it. This was my chance for my music, for Broken. This was it. Like, and then the same relationship that I'm having, that I'm helping these people out with every time that they're there, that they really get to know me and fuck with me. Now oh yo, we in New York. I see him on IG in New York in September because I come up here to coach, and I'm like, oh yeah, we just bought the studio in Times Square. Like,
Perfect.
What? Like what?
Perfect.
Like, you know what I'm
and
saying?
that's drawing it back to when you said you didn't get paid or whatever. Like
Yeah.
that's part of it right
Yeah,
there.
right
It's
there,
like
yeah.
now they're right there. And I did see I did watch a video on your Instagram. I forget the guy name, but he was saying how like he met you and then you put him on the Chris Murder.
Chris
and then
Murder.
so like just talking about how you just have a great concept of like community
Yeah,
and always putting on your
I'm
kin.
a great teammate.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
a great
sir.
teammate.
Yes, sir. How important do you think it is to attempt new things?
Oh man, I think that you got to have a healthy balance because then you could get lost. But I think that trying new things, like okay, I do music, right? I just shot a wedding with my boy Chris Montavo, Chris Montana. I call him Chris Montana, but he's from Stanford also.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yep.
Worked with DMX like 2016 till he passed away. Like with DMX, you know what I'm saying?
He did a music video for us back in the day.
Yeah, he had told and that's the music video that I remember.
Yep.
And he was like, yo, I shot that. I was like, what? Like we just shot a wedding the other day, so now I'm hopping into weddings. I'm gonna try to see that's new. And when I was doing it, I was like, oh, I could do this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like people would ask me before, hey, do you shoot weddings? Nah. You know,
You're nervous,
yeah,
huh?
I was
like,
nervous, bro. Like, what am I gonna do with fucking wedding footage? But now I know I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could do it with someone or without someone. You know, I have the everything that I need to shoot. If I was like away, if I was like somewhere where like say Chris couldn't get there, right? Because I that's my brother. I would absolutely have him around if it was something in Connecticut.
Yes.
But say I'm gone, right? And someone's like, yo, bro. Yo, I got a wedding or something. I can shoot it. I'm comfortable. I have the confidence now because I shot with him and saw how he worked and saw how he handled shit that I could do that.
Yes, sir.
By myself.
So it's important to try new things. For growth reasons, right? And you wasn't doing it before. Now that you did it, you was able to establish confidence within yourself.
Yeah.
And that's like, all right, I can do this now.
Yeah, man.
Respect, man.
Yeah.
Respect. That's something that when I was doing videography for other people, that's something that I was also nervous about. Just because when you look at the footage that's out there, it's like they must have had like 7 people. Like
yeah.
So, but nah, man, you definitely you're in control when you have the confidence.
Okay.
And I mean, you know that already.
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
Aside from like actual competition as we know it, like sports, board games or trivia, is there any situation like where your competitive spirit comes out? And I'll give example real quick. Like I said, I got a cleaning business, right? So like if I'm at one of my recurring client friends' house, like cleaning their house again, if I miss a spot last time, I'm thinking about that. I'm like, all right, this time I'm gonna get that spot and I'm gonna make this whole thing spotless. And I start, jumping up and down, get myself hyped.
If anybody, like if I'm in a working situation and someone gives me some kind of constructive criticism, I take it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I definitely, and I will better it in the best ability. Like I'm gonna give you an example.
Yes, sir.
So 2020. So I come back to coach 2020, August 2021. I'm just coming to, I moved to come to live to New Canaan. So boom, I coached at Darien High School.
Yep.
Then I left to go sacrifice to go to Atlanta. Then I get an offer from New Canaan.
Sweet.
And you know the difference between the two. Right? So I'm in Atlanta struggling doing all this free work. I finally end up getting like decent money. I'm making it work out there, like, and then I'm like, damn, what? New Canaan? Like, oh shit. Like yeah, I'm gonna come back home, right? Just to coach. I'm like, damn, this is crazy because I have a championship ring at Darien. And I was like, yo, if I go to New Canaan and I get a ring, I'll be the first African American coach to get a ring at both of those schools.
History, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So boom, I come back. And then Lou Marinelli, the head coach, is like, hey, listen, they need a supervisory aide in the school. You can get a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? So boom, I take that job. I'm the supervisory aide. I'm pushing a wheelchair. I'm pushing a girl in a wheelchair. And I just I have to make sure she gets to class and all that. And people in the hallways. Job opens up for the computer lab tech aide. So I go after that, get a promotion.
Yes, sir.
Now, they tell me I don't have to continue to be a supervisory aide, but I do because I already built that bond with that you know what I'm saying? So that went a long way. Then, while this is all in 1 year, the IT like guy leaves, and then I go for that, and I get that job too. So I get 3 promotions, in 1 year.
Look at that.
You know what I'm saying? And it was because like I would help out. I found out that the world language lab that I was in was part of the language department.
Yeah.
And then the teachers they couldn't get subs sometimes, but most of the times when people had a sub, they had to come to the computer lab anyways.
Right.
So I would have had them. I ended up having free time. So I told them under the table almost, like it wasn't like official. I was subbing the classes. Like I started subbing the classes. I was bringing value, bro. I started playing music in the cafeteria, like getting the lunchroom like more energy. It was like it was great, bro. I just brought value, and I did that same thing at Tree Sounds when I was there before. I started off as an intern, ended up being an overnight supervisor, getting paid.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. you seem like if they say if there's a will, there's a way.
Mm-hmm.
So far from what I heard, that's what you embody. If there's a will, there's a way. You're gonna do it, and you're gonna show your value. I can respect that.
Thank you.
Real
Man.
talk,
I appreciate
brother.
it.
So now we're about to get into the lace 'em up segment,
man.
right? So please, I hope you got your shoes tied, because I'm about to run you through some questions, and I hope you can keep up. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
On your marks, get set, go!
What was the last purchase you made?
Food.
What kind of food?
I just got McDonald's.
What was the last movie you watched?
Oh, I just saw Marvel Doctor Strange.
Can you recite any movie line?
Luke, I am your father.
Canon or Sony?
Canon.
Producing beats or vlogging?
Vlogging.
One profession the world could live without?
Then BBL doctors.
Playing football or coaching football?
Is this like Drink Champs? Can I drink something and take the ball? Coaching football, bro. I fucking love this shit.
How would you describe the smell of your fart?
Depends on what I eat.
On a regular? After the McDonald's?
Like flowers.
What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
This is what is it? Malted like chocolate. You know, it's gotta have some kind of. No, I'm lying. I'm sorry. Scratch that shit. Cookie dough.
Cookie dough. Okay.
Yeah.
If you were to rename yourself, what would that name be?
I would just take James out of my damn first name.
Okay. Burger or taco?
Taco.
Mixed drink or shot?
Shot.
Tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos.
Country or heavy metal?
Heavy metal.
Fixed or broken?
Broken.
First thing that comes to mind when you hear black?
Honestly, my outfit, my new outfit that because when I do these production sets or whatever, Montana taught me wear all black.
Right.
So I just wear all black. So that's my outfit. Yeah.
And I will say, I'm sorry, I know it's your time right now,
Yeah.
but all black and just black in general in terms of like appearance it's supposed to represent, not supposed to, it does, elegance. Right. So my cleaning attire, all black. If any, what book would you recommend?
Which one did I read? I did an auto book, audio, whatever. What the hell? How am I forgetting the name?
It's okay. We'll come back to that off air. We'll talk about it off air. I'll put it in the show notes. Now, this part you can actually take your time for, right? How do you feel your competitive spirit has contributed to you being where you are today?
Showing me that even if I'm not good at something, if I really commit to the practice, I can get where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, the rest is there.
Kevin Lyles, I'm not sure if you know who that is. Kevin Lyles.
Kevin
You definitely, you in the music
300?
world. Right. So you know who that is,
I met
right?
him before.
He said Wallow had an interview with him, and Wallow interviewed him, and he said that there is success in the process. And I respect that. Like, so you talking about like, if you can't do something in practice, right? Practicing, doing all the groundwork and stuff, that is the process. And there's success in the process because while you're doing that stuff, you start to figure things out about yourself that you never even knew, right? Like you and you said perseverance, right? That's part of your in your three most important things. Yep. So just, I don't know, life is beautiful, man. When you truly recognize that you have the power to choose to do things, to choose to perceive what you want to perceive, take action, all that stuff. So right now I have a hoop, right?
Oh, I heard about this.
I call this the opportunity hoop, right? So
Okay.
first off, I gotta try to get you the ball.
All right.
Let's
do it.
All right, perfect catch. So you are going to shoot, right?
Yeah.
If you make it, I will do 10 push-ups.
Yep.
If you miss the shot, you will.
If I miss the shot, I will do a free 2-hour vlog with this camera.
Okay. So if he missed, that's what he'll
If
do.
I miss.
Okay.
So I'm damn near about to give it to somebody.
But also though, I'm gonna need you to do 5 push-ups as well.
And I'll do some push-ups.
All right, let's get it.
All
So
right.
now, if you are listening,
Okay.
no, yeah, if you're listening, you can go over to the Instagram and you'll see if he misses it, he's gonna do this 5 push-ups. If he makes it, I'll do the 10 push-ups, and this will be on the Instagram. Okay, that was the closest anyone has ever got.
Really?
Yes, but he did miss, so he will be doing those 5 push-ups. Not right now. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. We're about to wrap it up anyhow. So first off, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna switch it. So can you look in your camera and pose for the thumbnail on 3?
Oh, wait.
1,
All right.
2, 3. Cool, perfect. Now, Sean, first off, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate
yeah.
you coming.
Yeah, me too, man.
And I personally believe like competitive is a positive attribute. So I encourage everyone to channel your competitive spirit and use that to guide you to be a better person. Like I absolutely believe that. And anything else you want to leave the people with?
This is my second podcast. I
Yeah.
think I told you this before.
Yes, sir.
My first one I ever did was with this man, and I really appreciate the opportunity, dog. Like,
Where can people find you?
I got my Instagram handle, and that's something that I need to also work on. I got to get a website and all that stuff. But Broken Productions, at Broken Productions is BROKIN_Productions. You will see the bottle, and that it's a red bottle, and that is your boy. That's, I'm running the page, and yeah.
Let's get it. Appreciate it, man. It's been a lot of fun. Let's go.
Let's go!
Yeah.